You can't handle it. I'm here to help. I'm definitely here to help. That's why I'm here on this planet. It's to help. Excuse me, I'll be right back. I gotta get something to drink. But you can't handle the truth, and you know it. And they know it too. And that's why I'm here. That is exactly why I'm here, is because human beings are gonna flip out. They are gonna flip out. That's what they told me. They said, you human beings can't handle it. That's why we're gonna use you, meaning me. You can't handle the truth. You can't. I'll be right back. I'm telling you, you can't handle it. You know, there's a lot of, by the way, I have a Twitch account, Peter Kane Dog Training 1. It's the same thing as my Instagram account, Peter Kane Dog Training 1. I'm great at, you know, I'm a gamer. I'm a real old gamer. But, hang on. You really can't handle the truth. I'm telling you. Trust me, you're not going to be able to handle it. I'll be with you in a second. I don't feel real good, but I feel obligated. Feel obligated to help. So that's what I'm doing. But you all really can't handle the truth. They told me on one of the trips to the interior of the sun, they said, you know, you're going to have to quit drinking. That's what they said. They said, you have to quit drinking alcohol. They said that crap's going to kill you, and then you will be of no use to us. That's what they said. Well, I used to be like Tony Hawk's competition. So do I like skateboard tricks? Yeah, I do. Great on the skateboard still. To this day, I can do it. I can go out and do it right now. I know that that's a little distracting, so I'm going to turn it down because we have, turn it off. We have some serious stuff to talk about. Did Jameson say that he hasn't had, Peter, I've had no alcohol or weed for 1 year next month. No shit. Congratulations, Jameson. That's great. But that's what they told me. They told me that this is milk. This is not cow milk. They told me I'd be useless to them. I still didn't believe them because I was like, well, this is a dream. I don't have to listen to you. So I didn't listen to him for quite a bit longer. That is oat milk. But they were very clear. Like they can't control me. You know, they can't control any of us on this planet. We essentially have free will. We can do what we want. But, you know, you make your bed, you lie in it. So that's what they said. So did you see the thumbnail of this Did you see that? Did anybody notice what I had in my hands in the thumbnail of this live stream? It wasn't milk. It wasn't. Yes, it was a Bigfoot. It was a foot of a Bigfoot, and like part of the ankle. Um, I also have a smaller one. I have a lot of things that I'm going to disclose coming up. So somebody was observant that it was a Bigfoot. It's a Bigfoot. It's real. It is. I've said this. Like not everything in my life is a joke. I don't have a favorite state. Do you still have a Bigfoot? Did you see the thumbnail of this live stream? Yeah, I have it. It's in a refrigerator in this house right now, guarded. We're gonna do a video and then it's going back tonight. Oat milk is real tasty. None of you all really seem to care because you all don't think that you think I'm bullshitting. I don't believe you. Sorry. Well, that's going to be your loss. It is. It's going to be your loss. You'll be stuck on this planet that is just going to be a wreck. They're gonna mine us for our keratin, so get ready for that. You know, any living organism that has keratin, they're taking the keratin. That's what's going to happen. Now, I would show us the Bigfoot, but I put it in the thumbnail. And I'm going to put it in I'm going to make a video with it in it. And September 23rd, 1953, my father and his friend Morty and a hunting guide shot some Bigfoot. They were attacked. And that is also, yeah, it does smell funny. They were attacked. That is also the same day that the frogman walked up out of the water and collapsed in front of them. That was like right at the point where they had to make a decision because the animals were so big. They were like, well, let's cut them up. So somebody went back and got a chainsaw and came back, and they used that. Many different tools, he said, to butcher them. So they got them cut up, and then they put them in the boat and like ferried them back to a truck or something. And then as they were putting the Bigfoot, like the last of Bigfoot, in one of the boats, my father said the frogman walked up out of the water and collapsed in front of him. He describes it as like it wilted. I said, what do you mean wilted? He goes, well, you know, like how a plant wilts, but it was real fast. Sort of like a spaghetti noodle. He said it was standing, it was erect, and it just collapsed. And when I talked to my father more about it, you know, he said like they ended up salting the frogman. Now the Bigfoot body parts were kept cold and then frozen. Cost a lot of money for my father and my family to keep the Bigfoot parts frozen for all this time. And they're in good shape. But the frogman, so they ended up salting it. But he said before, you know, they were going to put it in the boat. They said that he said one of them picked up the shoulders, or so. I can't remember if he said him or Morty did, but somebody picked up the shoulders, somebody picked up the feet, and he said it was like it had no bones in it. Like the frogman doesn't have bones. That wasn't what helped the frogman keep its shape. He said it just like wilted like a spaghetti noodle, or like a plant. You all aren't going to be able to handle it, and it's going to be my job to sort of entertain you all what you think is nonsense. You got to be thinking that this is nonsense, and then one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be like, oh, maybe this isn't nonsense. Maybe maybe Cain was telling us the truth. Obviously, Cain was telling us the truth. But you'll have time to sort of like digest it and think about it more. And at times you'll laugh about it and you'll think, yeah, it's a joke. You know. So it is going to prepare everyone. Now, I don't know if they're happy with like how low, you know, the numbers are of people like knowing about this. And I don't know if there's like some kind of grand scheme where all of a sudden I'm thrust into, I don't know, the public eye and I'm talking about the same thing. I don't know. I don't know anything. You know, I know some stuff. I just know what I'm supposed to do. So I'm doing more of it, and I will be showing 2 feet from 2 Bigfoot. One is about I don't know how 650 pounds. It's a foot from a 650 pounder, like not that big, but pretty big. And then the other one is from a small one, maybe, I don't know, 80 to 100. I'm not even sure why they cut that one up, because it was sort of like the size of a small human or something. Well, not a small human, but like about my size, maybe. I see it sort of wrapped up. I don't know why they did it, but I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. I wasn't there. No, we're not going to eat them. We're definitely not eating them. Hello from the middle of Vermont. That sounds cold. But I am going to show the foot, but you all at least do get to see a thumbnail today. And then I will be putting out a video very soon. A good way to get a question answered to a super chat. Yeah, I might look at your inane question and answer it then. You know, do a super chat. Thank you, Jameson Shipley, a man that not only has honor, but is intelligent and sober for, over a year. Pachinko, probably not sober, but we don't know. It's, well, we'll see. What can we do about it? Nothing. Enjoy your life. That's my suggestion. Enjoy your life, and then when the day comes that they come, Pachinko's very sober, except edibles. Well, you're not that sober, are you? You're a senior, so you can eat. When the day comes, it comes. And things will be different. And it will be one of those things where everything's instantly different. All of a sudden, things have changed. Science as we know it won't be the same. The physical world as we know it won't be the same. But we only understand the physical world as we understand physics, how we understand it. And it's a big place, it's a big universe, so. Do I get tired of being irritable? Well, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, Pachinko. You are? Is that what you're telling me? It's a little cold in my house. I think I want to turn up the heat. No, not that I know of. Oh, I got milk. Hang on. You can't handle the truth. None of you all can. I'll tell you what. If I was smart, if you were smart, you would join the channel. That's for sure. You're thinking about getting a Raven? What? When you get out of 8th grade? You have to save all your lawn cutting money for that, won't you? Don't you? It's gonna cost. You'll have to cut lawns for 2 summers or something. They're expensive. My hair looks so better short. I should always keep it like that. Joining the channel made you 5 years younger. Really? Come on. Really? Peter, you're a stud. Really? Like a stud service? Because when they come, there's going to be a breeding colony, okay? For humans. And if you're lucky, you get to go to that. I will get to go there and visit, of course, but I won't have to live there because I'm going to be sort of in charge. That's what I think. Oh, thank you, MK, Ultra Magic Kool-Aid. I'm not caught up on all your recent videos. Can you give me a quick update on your old, later, and future progeny? Well, she's a vampire, and you breed with a vampire, you come up with a freak. Don't you think? Vampires supposedly don't lactate milk. They lactate blood. Or it's curdled or something. We're not sure yet. I saw Toxic. I wanted to tell you that. I forgot to tell you that yesterday, that I saw that drawing that you did. And it was old school with a pencil, and I really liked it. You're very talented at drawing that way, too. Remember, I was trying to tell you, you should just do that. Just draw with a pencil. It was awesome. Very good. It's very good. It was. Great drawing. Oh, by the way, I want to tell you that we went to the post office, and then we went yesterday, and we missed it, and then today, by the time we got, it's definitely shipped out tomorrow, because it was only open until 12 today. So we got up at 11:30. I'm like, fuck. We'll do it Monday. It's coming to you. Well, it's coming to the Jersey address. Thank you. I got it. Don't worry about it. It will show up. Thank you, by the way. Abdul, I really appreciate it. I do. It's great. I'm glad it's going to a home. I got the art found a home. HP. But I forgot. I was talking about when they. Yeah, don't. I got it. Thanks, dude. When they come and you all think that they're already here, you understand that they're already here. Like, having me do this is similar to allowing the U.S. Navy to take videos of craft. It's very similar. They're leaking it out slowly so we don't freak. Some of us already know. Why I was picked, I don't know. But, make sure my DNA is on it. Well, it probably won't be much. Your girlfriend watches all your videos. She wants to meet you. Really? That sounds kind of weird. I don't know if I ever had an invitation like that. For some reason, I think I have, but the story's not coming into my head. Surely I have. It's not really, it might be something I blocked out mentally because I found it so repulsive. Like, I do have one story like that. That was a woman that I was, well, we'll say dating. not really dating. I dated her a few times. Friends with her. But she wanted to ask me if I had anybody that could like video us. Like, and I was like, what? She's like, yeah, do you have anybody that could come over and like video us or take pictures? And I was like, your baby better. Is your baby better for sale? If so, how much does it cost? My baby better? Talking about jizz? It's disgusting. Is that what you're talking about? No. Am I the male Belle Delphine? But she said, yeah, don't you know anybody that could do that? And I was like, instantly thinking, let me think, do I know of another woman? I don't think that that's what she wanted. I think she wanted a dude to do it, which is sort of, not that there's anything wrong with it. But I was like, no, I don't really know anybody that do, like what was she looking for? Woman's a freak. I like her. She's funny. She's real funny, but I'm not that adventurous. Sorry. I think that's all. I'm trying to think. Did somebody else want me to? Well, there was that other time in Manhattan. It was that woman that I can't really say who it was, but she'd come into the bar, and I became friends with her, and she was like giving me gifts and stuff, and she was married. This is one of my moments that I'm not proud of. And she came over to my place in Brooklyn, and she had like gifts with her. The wealthy woman. We ended up doing it. I did it, and she was married. I knew she was married. But at that time, like, I didn't know her husband, and I'm not condoning it. I was single, but I still felt really bad about it. I did. I felt really terrible about it. Like, I'm not really into that. Some dudes don't care. I care. I'm not gonna do it. So then, like later, like months later or whatever, she invited me over to like a New Year's party. So it was me, the artist slash bartender, and about 5, 6, 7 other people maybe that were all millionaires. Welcome, Riggy. Welcome to Baby Sasquatch. Like people with money. So it's like the dirtbag artist, and I'm like, why am I here? They were older. They were older than me. I wasn't real young at that point, but I mean, I was like maybe 32 or something. I was pretty young. But I'm like, what am I doing here? What am I doing hanging around with these people that are drinking, really expensive champagne and eating beluga caviar? It was fucking bizarre. It was. I felt totally out of place. I was still drinking then, though, so I didn't feel that out of place because I was drinking the expensive champagne. It was over in like Chelsea, and really beautiful apartment, art everywhere, like a whole floor of a building. Seriously, everybody there was like loaded, and then like it started getting late and people started leaving, and I tried to get out of there, and the woman that I had already like had the thing with, I can't stop bragging because it's a story. It just sounds like I'm bragging. This doesn't end up being bragging. Watch. And so she's like, I'm like, everybody's leaving. I start getting my coat on. She goes, no, stay. Just stay for a second. Let everybody go. And then, so her husband goes in and goes to bed. And then she starts coming on to me real heavy. And she's like, no, just stay. Just stay. Sleep on the couch. Right? That's what she's saying. Sleep on the couch. And she's trying to make out with me and shit. And I'm like, Your husband's right in there. He doesn't care. Don't worry about it. She's laughing. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. Like that. No, I have to go. And I did. I actually went. Like, what was going to happen? Like, we were going to be doing it. He was going to come out and start petting my foot or something. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm, well, maybe a little bit, but I didn't do anything, is what I'm saying. I didn't do anything. I'm not bragging. If I was bragging, I would say, yeah, I rocked her out. Her old man was sitting in the corner, pulling it or something. No, it wasn't anything like that. I got the fuck out of there. There's another part too, the story about knowing this woman that I'm not gonna tell, but that was just like, I cut it off with her and like just because I found out she was not. You know how some people are crazy? Some people are crazy, but some people are really crazy. And then I found out she was really crazy. Like, she jumped the line of like knowing right from wrong. And I was like, I just never talked to her again. Recently, I was curious if she was still alive. The restaurants that she owned are no longer in that town, and I don't see anything. I don't know. I should have told her husband. Why would I do that? How would that help her or her husband? That's the wrong approach to take. I'd already felt bad about doing it before. It was clear that she came over. She called me on the phone when she came over that one time. She called me on the phone. She was in a car service. And she goes, I'm on the Williamsburg Bridge. I'm coming over to your house. I'm like, I didn't even have a cell phone then. It was regular landline. And I said, okay. You know, it was my day off. I'm sure I was drinking. And then she shows up, and she knew that, like, I worked with, you know, she had a lot of, like, antique dolls with her. She had one F&B doll that was very expensive. It had some issues with it. I refinished it. I still have it to this day. I'm not bragging. Well, maybe a little bit. Maybe if your life is real boring, but I'm not bragging. So she came over, and, you know, the rest is history. I accepted the dolls because they were cool, because dolls are creepy. And there's not one of them right here that she has given me. There's one in the room Katya's in right now. I could go get it. It's been in several art pieces. But, you know, no one cares talk about Bigfoot. Oh, well, somebody Toxic just got rid of you. I'd watch out. Toxic's not going to put up with anything. You must be polite, and I will get around to talking about Bigfoot, okay? You can't force me. When I was in Kansas, my first American girlfriend pulled out a dog collar and told me to leash her. Is that normal? Yeah, see, I'd be pretty freaked out. I'd be like, you want a what? You know, did you do it? Did you leash her up? You're a pog champ then. I'm sorry, I thought they were being rude for a second. Oh, I thought that they were too. Yeah. Toxic, you are like Emily Post. Yes, and then she humped my leg. You're making that up. Come on. You're bragging. No, you're not kidding. She did that? She acted, really? Wow. Pog champ. Major pog champ from Kuwait. That is a pog champ story. See, I would be like laughing. Like, you want me to what? You want to... You're going to put a dog collar on, and then I'm going to put a leash on you, and like what? You're going to be my slave, or you're my dog? I don't know. It just seems so silly, sort of. Not a pog champ is very unusual, because I was a virgin. Oh, that would traumatize you. Is that true? The first woman, then she wanted me to choke her. That would flip me out, and I've no, I've had several girlfriends, like friends that, well, one or two of them I slept with, but they never asked me to do that. They might have already known that I would be flipped out by that. But like, I have a friend who said that he had that happen recently. Like this was 3 years ago. He said, "Yeah, she wanted me to choke her," and then I was like, "Really? Well, what did you do?" He said, "Well, I just really kind of half-assed it." It was like, "Good job, don't hurt." Like what is that? And then I had one of my female friends. She explained that it's, I don't know, some kind of weirdness, lack of oxygen or something. It just seems like one of those things that like you would like maybe it would get out of control. Like that's why she said it's good times and bad times. Oh yeah. Like yeah, that's like yeah, you do it, but then you're like, yeah, it was your first experience. Where my first experience was with like this older girl by a couple years, and it was really like this pathetic attempt on my part, but it wasn't anything that was like trauma. It wasn't like I was 13 and it was my, you know, teacher or something, or like it wasn't anything like that. Yeah, I think the choking thing is weird. And like my friend that did it, he was flipped out enough that like he didn't want to see her again. She was very attractive. You showed me pictures of her. It might have been like somebody. I think it might have been another uh, dog training female, um, or somebody from Tinder. I can't remember, but he showed me pictures of her. She's real hot, but it doesn't matter because there's this point where that's just too freaky. I mean, for me, hey man, I'm not whatever you all want to do. I mean, to each his own. You're two consenting adults. Um, you can do whatever you want. I don't care. I mean, people are into all kinds of weird stuff. I didn't get anything like that in the interior of the sun. I didn't see. Oh well, yeah, I did. Wait a minute. The one took me down to a water-filled planet, and I was like in this like sort of like oxygen bubble or something, for lack of a description. Like I could be underwater, and it was sort of like moving through jello or something. And then at a point, I thought it was a female. I sensed that it was a female. She like spun me in a like whirlwind type thing, like a water tornado, and sort of had her way with me real quick. And so I blew my load, as they say. And then she disappeared real fast afterwards. Um, I think that I said to her afterwards, I said, "Can I stay here with you?" Because when we did that, there was sort of like this weird bonding experience. Like, and I said, "Can I stay here with you?" And she said, no, you can't." And then she disappeared real quick, and then my avatar showed up, or my original, I would be the avatar, showed up, and I'm saying, where'd she go? And he goes, "Well, we can do that." But that's the only, and I'm assuming that they're taking our DNA up there and using it for something. That's the impression, or like I was told that, or something. It was some kind of like thing, like we need this or something. So I don't know if they're making hybrids up there or something. I'm not really sure. Um, yeah, that is what it is, and it seems like it's mostly chicks that are into that. Although David Carradine, I believe, um, died of that. Like he was into that, and he was in Taiwan or something. Not Taiwan, um, Thailand, and they found him in a hotel, and that's what it looked like. I think he was in there with like some prostitutes, and something went wrong. But I don't get it. Like this is there's this thing, and it's a fact, that like addiction, um, you know, I was addicted to booze, though I always seemed to need more. It always had to be more and more and more. I wasn't a person that could be moderate about um, drinking. If I had one, I was going to have a 12 pack. And I, I believe that sex is the same way. Like if you start going down that road of like you like the high from having sex, which it is, it's clearly a high, definitely. And you need a bigger high, a greater high, then you start incorporating weirdness into it. Um, and then once you get on that slippery slope, where would it stop? Does it ever stop? And I have friends that it seems like it doesn't. It seems like they're, I don't know, you know, I don't want to pass judgment on, but they seem like really freaky to me. I'm not, I'm a liberal person, meaning I don't care if anybody's gay, straight, I don't care what you do. You're with another adult, do whatever you want. But I mean, as far as like my own life goes, like I'm just like this sort of like vanilla dude. So, you know, I'll have friends of mine telling me, you know, these stories, and I'm like, really? And I really do. I think that sex is definitely like that. It just sort of like, with some people, like it just sort of escalates and just keeps rolling. Is sex addiction real? I would assume it is, but I also assume that guys that get busted, this is what I think, this is a theory. Guys that get busted screwing around, but might like, you know, love their significant other, say that they're addicted to get themselves out of shit. Like it's an excuse to get out of shit. Like people tend to use excuses for their just thank you, I appreciate that. Watch the streams like a podcast, that's right. It's an excuse. It's clearly just an excuse. Like there's so many examples of that, you know, that you can cite with human beings. Like, well, I did this, but I did this because, you know, whatever it is. I did it because I was drunk. That's a huge one. But it seems like a common one is like, especially with famous people, is like, yeah, well, I had sex with the starlet, but you know, I have sex addiction. I just can't help it. Oh, really? You can't help it? Anybody can help anything. You don't have to do it. We all have free will. If you're tired of drinking, you can quit drinking. If you're tired of doing drugs, you can quit doing drugs. But it's difficult. Nobody said that it was easy. And the same would be true of sex. You know, you get that high, those endorphins. You want that. It feels great. But you can do the same thing. Like you don't have to do it. You know, if you want to create something in your body so that you don't want to feel those endorphins. Yeah, or you don't want to act that way. Like say you think that you do have the tendency to have sex addiction or something, or any addiction. My recommendation, seriously, this is the truth, is to do push-ups or sit-ups, because that gets your blood pumping and you start creating hormones and, you know, different endorphins in your brain, and it changes the channel real quick. So it does work, but you have to have some kind of discipline, and that's what I'm saying is like some people don't have any discipline. The people that I know that are good with dogs are highly, you know, they have a lot of discipline. This is a fact. They're very disciplined people. If you ask a lot of dog trainers, I would say a lot of dog trainers that are balance trainers like myself, have you ever been involved in martial arts? It's very common. Very common. I would say, out of all the male dog trainers that I know that are balance trainers and real dog trainers, I'm not talking about dog whisperers or food trainers, 80% of them have some kind of training in martial arts and sort of kind of stick with it. Now, another observation, and this is no, I'm not making a joke here, and it would be about positive reinforcement food trainers, and you're going to think that I'm bullshitting you, but I'm not. There's like out of like 4 women that I know that do it, right? Like personally know, one was a stripper. No, 2 were strippers. One was a dominatrix, and one was a like a pseudo sex therapist that would like go and meet the couple and like do it with, like that's true. That's true. And I don't know why that food training attracts people that are into that. Like, and I'm not saying I'm not into sex. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being a stripper. I'm not. That's fine. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being a dominatrix. I had 2 as roommates in New York City that tell me these stories. Both were artists, and they both did that. And they said that there wasn't any sex. It was weird shit. Like, they never touched anybody. That's what they said, and they were really adamant about it, and I believed them. That wasn't what those people went there to do. Both of them said the same thing, which was, I assume you paid the rent. No. No, they paid rent. But they said that they didn't have to touch any of the clients that came in there. It was really hands off, and as usually they said that it was like a Wall Street dude, guy with like a lot of money, and they would want to be. That was like degradation, or maybe they let the guy, at the end, give himself the happy ending, and they tell him that he's pathetic or something like that. That's the way they described it. And they also told me about the poo-poo platter. Both of them told me the same story. The poo-poo platter involved Ritz crackers. I heard that, yeah, lots of successful business types are into that. I wonder why. I don't know. Maybe that they're so controlling that at a point they like to have somebody control them or something. I don't know. It is weird, though. It is really weird. If you're a Wall Street dude and you're into that, we don't have any problem with that. You're going down, hanging out with the girls. That's your business. Nobody cares. Donald Trump. Different strokes for different folks. I don't think anybody on this channel would really care. There's nothing wrong with it. I'd hate it if, like, I had a daughter, though, and I found out that my daughter was working as a dominatrix. I would hate that. I would hate that almost as much as if I had a daughter and I found out that she was working as a stripper. It would bother me, because everybody, all the women that I've known that worked as strippers, once again, that's okay. I don't care. Call me a sexist. They all sort of got sour because it's one of those jobs where, imagine you have to go in and you have to like put up with some gross guy and give him a lap dance. See what I'm saying? I would hate it. You got to glue on the face and like act like you like them. It just isn't anything I would want my daughter to do. It bummed me out. Especially the amount of money, come on. there's always this myth that, oh, they make millions of dollars and whatever. Come on, give me a break. The two girls that I know, the one danced at a really high-end place in Olathe, Kansas, and she was not loaded. She was not loaded, and she wasn't supposed to date clients. I remember her saying that, but I also heard from one of her roommates that yeah, she went on a couple dates with him because a rich dude came and picked her up like in a limo, you know, that kind of BS. So you know, I wouldn't want my daughter to do it. I would have no problem with like my roommate doing it. That's all right. Tell me another story. Why don't you bring one of the girls home from the club? I never lived with I never lived with a stripper. I don't think. And the two dominatrixes, they were just roommates, man. Didn't want to. I was not interested. Not my cup of tea. One of them was attractive in a sort of, I don't know how I would describe her, goth way. Not my cup of tea. But I listened to their stories and I thought that they were interesting. They were interesting, you know. I don't know what happened to them. They just sort of disappeared. I don't really remember them making a lot of art either. So, I mean, if you're going to do any job, if you're an artist and you're going to do any job, you want the job that you can do the least amount. You can buy it on Teespring, but I'll be selling some here on this channel. I could sell these right now. They'd be signed prints, but I don't know anybody that I could sign that for you. That's some of my handiwork. You can sign that. This probably cost $150 in the lower 48. I'll send it to you signed. This probably be $150. These are all $150 this size, signed. So we got, oh, this is a real nice one for $150. Oh, that's sweet. You know who that is, right? No, these are mine. These are mine. Katya has some prints. I saw them yesterday. She was getting them ready. Maybe. Katya, do you have any prints? Did you finish those? Did you get those on a thumbnail? Yeah. Bring them out here. Like that. That would be $150 this size. These are prints. They're prints. I'd sign them though. They'd be signing. That'd be $150 too. That's what's his name? Oh, they're on a thumbnail. Yeah, I could show you Katya's prints. Hang on. These are nice. They look a lot like. They remind me a lot of Paul Clay. Sort of the line that went out for the walk. Like a print, like it'd be 18 by 24. What would you sell it for? Like 300? Yeah, like 300. Hang on, I'll get them out. So it'd be like 18 by 24 for 300. They'd be signed. Hang on. How much framed? You'd have to frame it yourself. We could send it to the lower 48 or Canada, but you'd have to frame it. It'd be too much shipping to get framed. But hang on, let me see. Give me a sec here. I'm a boomer. I'm working on it. That's USB-E programs. What would this be under?
Print.
Be under print? Oh, to print. Oh, all these, huh?
I know I put some other stuff in there. All the ones that have the same name,
like
those are all
this?
the same thing, just different colors. And
Oh,
different
no
things.
shit. Okay, let's open one of these up. Okay. Okay, so hang on. Let me get a couple of these. Sent to desktops. Desktop, right? Guess that would work, right?
Sure.
Send to desktop. Okay, now let me see if I can get it on the live stream. I'm really good at this. I'm working on it. We do this. We go back here. I get on the live stream here, right? Watch this. Watch how good I am at this. I guess I would do like this. How would I bring it into the live stream? Cut and paste?
I don't know.
Um,
You probably have to turn your computer and show them it on your computer screen.
oh, okay. Sure. That works. All right. That works better. Hang on. I'll show you some of Katya's stuff. Hang on. I can do this. I can do this. Hang on. Watch this. Oh, no, don't do that. No, hang on here. I'm like a hacker. Hang on. Oh, here we go. Okay. So this would be a Katya print, right? See, they're very beautiful. They're right. I think all these are sort of the same, but in different colors. But these definitely have a could be used like a decorative quality. See, that's very good looking. That's like, it's interesting. It's sort of yeah, it's got yeah, that's right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's much more less objectionable than a Peter Kane, that's for sure. Hang on, let's see what else she's got. So she did the same thing in a couple different color. Well, that's similar, but no, this is Katya's stuff. She'd sell signed prints for like 300. I think she said. Open with no, just open. Oh, see, like this. So they're all sort of different. So each one seems like she did a several different color schemes here. We could open up something else. I wonder what this is. I hope it's not like some nudie picture or something. Oh, that's a Katya. Yeah, that's a Katya. It's a vulture thing. I think you can buy that on Teespring. I think you can buy that through my Teespring account under her store. But, if it was going to be a larger print, it'd be a different price than Teespring for sure. Let's see what this is. Smoking Spiders. Let's see. Oh yeah, that would be a Katia print. That might not be 18 by 24 just because of the dimensions. It'd have to be something else. But I assume that it would be, size-wise, 250. I don't know. We'd have to ask her. See what this is. That's another one. It's again, I don't think that'd be 18 by 20. Well, it might be. Oh, you can just double click. Come on, I know that. That's Katia stuff. So, we're gonna sell stuff. Like this. We'll sell art like this. But we'll also put stuff on readyourdog.com probably. That should be like $10,000. So should this, but we'll make it a little cheaper. All these this size would be $150. They're tiny. So, some of them I'm not too wild about, but it's more like a sort of starting a new thing. I prefer my, thank you, deposit on DJT hot dog print. You like that one? It's your basic elf. I would eat it. I don't know. I bet he said that. Oh, this is just horrible. Is that nice? Is that nice? I did this a while ago. Now, he ended up being a real tool, so. This is such a classic, though. Such a classic. I mean, are you still doing Skype training? No, man. There's no money in that. You want your dog trained, you're going to have to send it to me. It's not even that there's no money in it. It's like getting success. You know who got success from that? It was like Toxic. Toxic might have picked up some stuff. It's people that are already like have a good idea what they're doing with dogs. The dog trainers. The person that's having trouble already, that's not going to help you. Like Zooming, doing a Zoom session or a Skype session. It will not help you get your dog trained. We need to get the dog away from you, get the dog trained, and then meet up after the board and train, and then, train you so that you can work with the dog. So you can drill the dog. That really won't work. I'm sorry, but we have to be realistic. There's 4 million dogs dying. I won't even do private lessons anymore, other than the ones after a board and train. After the board and train, absolutely. No problem. You have to do them or else, How much is the initial B&T? Well, for a puppy it's 8, and for an adult would be 6. An adult can be finished out in 60 days. A puppy need 90 days. And my yardstick is, can it pick up keys? Can it do the dummy launcher? It has to do the dummy launcher before it leaves. Be able to pick up keys. It has to be, and probably cast, right, left, back, adult or puppy. Of course, the adult is going to be sort of like better at it, and but that doesn't, the puppy, that's great. You got the puppy coming back at 6 months or something, 5.5 months. Then it's to a point where you can start working with it and getting the dog to do it. That's really the way to do it. but you have to continue doing it. And with the puppy, it's sort of more difficult than the older dog. Like the older dog, the first lesson is much easier. Where with the puppy it isn't. We still get the puppy to do everything, but the older dog is compliance is met easier. But it's definitely the way to do it. Is you got to get the dogs away from the owner. Like lessons are just a waste of time. The owner never does the lessons, and then what you end up with is like you're going back the next week, and you're like, what? You didn't do anything? A deaf dog is no big deal. So what? Did you work on everything? And then they didn't do anything, and you can tell that they didn't do anything. They'll say something like, "Good job, Toxic. I agree. Time that person out. That was just shut up." Did you work with the dog? It doesn't look like you did. Well, I got real busy, and the kids, that's not how it works. I just want you to berate my life decisions for 30 minutes. What, your life decisions? Come on. You talking to me? Man, come on. The first time you did it, you had some woman say, put the dog collar on me, and she humped your leg. So I'm pretty lucky. I mean, sounds traumatic, yes, but it's a story. It is a good story. I don't know if that would happen in Kuwait, right? Freaks in this country. Oh, man. This oat milk, when it starts getting warm, this is warmed up a little bit. Oh, man. That is really good. So anyway. Yeah, art. We'll do an art auction, probably. Like I'll be holding something. And, do you want to buy that? Maybe. What are you drinking? Oat milk. Just drinking some delicious oat milk. It's good. It's good. Have you ever had oat milk? Do you still have a frozen Bigfoot head? Yes, we do. But I'm gonna be showing the foot in the thumbnail, the Bigfoot foot. We'll be showing that in a video very soon. I wasn't gonna show it in the live stream because it's a live stream. What, on the pawpaw trees? Yeah, we've gotten fruit. Let's go thaw out a pawpaw right now. Is milk and oats or milk from oats? It's oat milk. Milk from oats. That's not American humor on the one. That's not. That's American art. That's art. I have 2 disabled dogs. One still works normal, just doesn't do the down command due to a hernia and other problems. How's your woman? Hope she's well. Well, she was just here. I just showed some of her artwork. She will sell it. It's not like mine. It's like you could have it in your house and somebody wouldn't be like, oh my God, what is that? They'd be like, oh, look at that. Like that. Like, oh, like that looks nice. Not like, what the fuck? Is that Hitler? Is that JFK with the Hitler mustache? It's not like that. It does, her work does remind me of Paul Klee. A lot. You remind me of Andy Kaufman, I'm not sure why. It's interesting because as a kid, he was sort of an influence. Andy Kaufman, definitely. Absolutely. Him, Don Rickles, Richard Pryor. How do I feel about the gays? What's your problem, dude? Oh, you got him. There you go. I was getting him too. Rodney Dangerfield, I don't know if he was really, well, maybe, probably a little bit of an influence, I think, maybe. Yeah, sure. How could he not be? He never got any respect. I can relate. Um, See, that's just unnecessary. Calling somebody names. Oh, I'm the weirdo, but you're watching me. But like he was great in Caddyshack, and he was just awesome. He'd be on the Tonight Show, doing his deal. Yeah, my wife, that bullshit. Um, yeah, he was, but I would say Don Rickles and Andy Kaufman. Um, as far as like comedians go, Richard Pryor. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. Just various things and people that I've known, probably. Uh, Probably friends of mine that you wouldn't know. Um, yeah, I like Super Dave Osborne. That guy's fucking hysterical. Yes. Not really an influence because at that point I was older, but that dude is fucking funny. He's a funny fucker. Liked him a lot. Bill Hicks, a lot of people ask me that Bill Hicks because of sort of like I do this stream of consciousness, and he started that. He was the first one doing that. I can't really say that he was an influence because he was doing clubs and stuff. You wouldn't see. I don't really saw him on the Tonight Show or anything like that. He was sort of like this phenomenon that like never really got big. Like Joe Rogan. I wouldn't go on his show because his organization stole some of my work, put it out as a meme. If I did go on his show, I'll tell you something. I'd be bad mouthing him the whole time. I don't really find him funny. I know his show is popular, but there's a lot of comedians out there that aren't ha funny. So I'm not saying that he's not witty, or an intelligent dude. I'm just saying his organization took like seconds of my shit, put it out on Twitter, got millions of views, didn't give me any credit, where he could have put my whole video on YouTube and got me millions of hits, but he didn't do that. His organization just stole a section of my shit, put it out as a meme, like 8 seconds or something. Rude. It's real rude. Just because you can get away with something doesn't mean that it's right. To Joe, I don't, he didn't do it, obviously. But it's his organization. If it was an intern that made it, it doesn't matter. It was his company. He is responsible to make sure that that kind of crap isn't done. And if they do that, they should ensure that people are getting credit. And the whole video was 2 minutes long. He could have put out the whole video, but he wouldn't do that. He just stole a section of it. I can't remember what section he stole of it. Like me saying, yeah, the Bigfoot was jerking it or something. He was stroking it, or he bent me over I was afraid he was gonna bend me over the Weber kettle, something like that. No credit from Joe. His organization just took my stuff. Ha ha, that's funny, but we'll just take it and we'll put it out on Twitter and he got millions, like a couple million hits, or so it was like almost 3 million hits. I got nothing out of it. Yeah, I'm pissed. I got a bad taste in my mouth about Joe Rogan's organization. Shouldn't I? There's a lot of podcasts that really don't really care. It's all about like what can they get. They will, they'll just do whatever they can to get views or whatever, and they don't really care. They have like no morals about it. They don't care. It's about money, and that's what it is. I was involved in like these comedians that like after I did Tasho, they contacted me, and I was you know, they were using, yeah, they were using my stuff, and I wasn't listening to the podcast. I didn't really know what they were doing, but then when they would contact me, the woman was like all real nice and acting real normal, and then, you know, I'm finding out that they were just sort of trolling me and, you know, making me look odd, which I am odd, but it's my choice. I'm not really odd, but if I want to look odd, it's my choice. That's like a YouTuber contacted me last year or something, and it's a pretty famous dude. He wanted to collab with me. I like the guy. The guy's a nice guy. Um, his channel's real popular, but I came to the conclusion of I'm not doing this because the dude's just gonna make me look odd. I can make myself look odd, and it's not a collaboration if it's just you come here and, I had all these ideas. I was like, yeah, we could do this, this, and this. He didn't want to hear them. He just wanted to come here and do his own deal. So it's like, this sucks. That's not a collaboration. It was one dude that I'm like, well, he's real creative. He's a real creative dude. We could probably work something out that'd be great to benefit us both, but he didn't want to do that. It was just going to sort of be like, he shoots whatever he wants, and then he does whatever he wants, and that was it. So, there's a point where I said, man, I really can't do it. Thank you, but no thank you. It's a good guy. Got his number on my phone. I got videos from this dude. I was like, dude, I'll never use these, and you don't use mine, and that's it. So moral dude. He could have used shit that I was saying. See, that's the difference. I had video conversations with this guy. I sent him a video, and he'd send a video back. So I could put these out and say, hey, look, I got so and so saying this shit. But when we left, it's like, hey, look, I'm not going to use your shit. You don't use mine, and that's how it is. He didn't use my shit. I didn't use his shit. That's a person that has morals, that does the right thing. See what I'm saying? Like, he's a comedian. He's a comedian. But he knows right from wrong. Some people don't care, and they will do anything to get whatever they can in life, and they don't give a shit. And they'll manipulate, they'll do whatever they can just to get somewhere. They don't care. And you can't tell these people anything. You can't show them something and say, look, you shouldn't do this because they don't care. They're just gonna do it. That's like the podcast that I was involved with. They really didn't care. They just cared about their old, I know you love odd. I bet you're really into odd, by the way. They were just really into, it was because I'm prolific. Like, I make a lot of stuff. There's a lot to choose from that they could use in their podcast. And they're using me weekly all the time. I didn't really get anything from it. It became to a point where I blocked, anytime they said the podcast name, I blocked the people. I was like, get out of here. I don't need to see that. They have these catchphrases, like, on the stupid podcast, like, blah, blah, It's like, shut up. So their minions will come and, like, say the little catchphrases. It's so inane. Like, a lot of people that watch these podcasts, it's like, it's their whole life. Like, I'm all for entertainment, but, like, I don't remember watching The Office or anything like that and repeating something that, like, Jim said or that Michael said. Although, wait a minute, I do that. I do that because sometimes underneath a video, some idiot will write something, and I'll say something like that. I'll say something similar to Michael would say, which would be like, is that what your mommy said? Because I'm giving people shit because they have childlike minds. Seriously. That's good. That Abdul understands. Oh, look, Tamed Lauren, hello. It's the hour again. We've been on for over an hour. I did not eat the beans and the toast this morning. I'm drinking oat milk. Yum, yum. Where are the turtles in the rememberable quote? I don't know, Toxic. Where are they? Where are the turtles in the remember? I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you're talking to somebody else in the chat. Bet you are. You could be. It's from The Office. Oh, what's up, Keekers? Tell you this, my high school girlfriend's name is Kiki. Not that that means anything. I'm just telling you. We had really not too much in common. We didn't, other than she was cute. I think, you know. And we had a theme song, but I didn't know about it until she told me that we did. And it was He's So Shy by, I believe, the Pointer Sisters or something, or it was a terrible song. It didn't make any sense regarding me because I really wasn't that shy. I was anything but shy. I was obnoxious and sort of like Eddie Haskell with parents. Oh, hello, how you doing, Mr. So-and-so? Nice to see you. I was a cocksucker. I'd go in, picking up the date, either her or somebody else, and I'd be like, give the dad the double handshake, right? So you shake the hand, and then you take your other hand and like grab the wrist. Like, hi, how you doing? And then me and my friends would joke about it because we'd go in there and do it. Like, did you give him the double handshake? Yeah, I did it. Like that. We were fucking assholes. We were pretty much going in there and saying, hi, Mr. So-and-so. We got beer in the car. We're gonna try and sleep with your daughter. Is this a joke video? Come on, no, it's not a joke video. You think my life is a joke? Thanks, dude. Sort of tastes fishy, but it's delicious. Anybody need the link to join in the channel? I would love to see a yearbook picture. Maybe I could do that. You want me to see if I could do that? I could probably do that. Hang on, let me see. No guarantees. I might be able to find a picture of me and Jimmy Mendelson. Let me see if I can find a picture of me and Jimmy. Might be possible. Might be possible. It's a friend of mine on the wrestling team. That'd be under pictures, right? Since Facebook changed, like I don't really know where anything is. Oh, photos. There it is. And I bet. Let's see it. Let's see if I can just scroll down and find it. Oh, there's me and Sherry Lucas looking like we're in love. You want to see that one? Here, hang on. Let me show you me and Sherry. Hang on. Look at that. Look at that. Look at me. I'm a young pup. And look at Billy the Hedgehog. Wow. I'm looking all kind of starry-eyed. Like, oh my God, what's going on here? Yeah. Hang on. Oh, I was hot? That's about 5 years ago or something. Thanks. Appreciate that. Makes me feel great. Real good about myself. Oops. I'm looking for the high school picture just because I feel obligated because somebody asked. And definitely I see one of me in college. Well, here's one of me in college. Will that do? Yeah. There I am in college. It's back when I was a pup. I know there's one of me when I was a kid. Um, well, I was pretty much a kid there too. Oh, here's me on a girlfriend's bed in the dorm, but you really can't see me, so um, I don't see the high school pic, but I'm gonna try one more place. It exists. It definitely exists. There's a bat. Gross. Don't like bats really. Not a fan. Let's try under albums. Your photos. Hang on. Do we have it? Do we see? There's a lot of stuff in here, man. I'm looking. I know that this is fascinating. Oh, there's some broads in here. There's Race Bannon, aka Johnny Quest. There's Fat Boy, of course. There's me. It looks like I was drinking some Sasquatch milk. There's Taddy with her dog. Oh, I found a virtual gold mine of photographs in here of stuff. But I'm not seeing the one of me in high school. I'm still looking because that is what I'm about. I love the idea of a yearbook. I was in high school for a little bit, but I didn't stay in high school. I was too busy. Oh, there's Sherry again a couple times. Wow. You can kind of some term hot. Pretty hot. There's Remy as a. There's me and Cleophas. I would show you me and Cleophas. Hang on. That's me and Cleo. I thought you'd find that interesting for sure. We go way back. We're not really related. Not really. He's more related to a pine tree. I'm looking for this picture, but it's a virtual like treasure trove of stuff in here. Wow. Took more pictures than I thought. Sorry, this is so boring. I'm just trying to, jeez. I don't think it's in here. Let's try under, wow. Seriously. I'm not finding it. I'm trying. I'm totally trying. Let me try again. Let me try in albums. Let's try under albums. Let's try timeline photos. Oh, here is something that, you know. Here's a piece I made not too long ago. Here's me in the interior of the sun with some of those freaks. See, when you're that I wasn't wearing anything when they came and got me, and that's this room I call the grotto. That's like one of the first times I was like, what the fuck? It was pretty weird. I was pretty flipped out. I was scared. They told me not to, you know, they told me that they wouldn't hurt me. But I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified. That's my recreation of I have a whole series of those. I'm gonna sell those. I'm gonna sell those prints. I just haven't printed any out yet, but I have a lot of those. But I have stuff like this too. I'll sell these prints too. I just don't have any prints right now. I need money to do prints, right? But like that's like Jesus with Superman. That's a beautiful piece. I love it. But I'm still not finding picture of me in high school. I don't know what to think. Can't be gone. Oh, maybe it's coming up. There's Marty smoking a doober. There's me and Chippy. Chipperoo. I love that little dog. Found it. Me in high school. Get ready for this one. All right, you ready? You want to see the high school? Okay, get ready. Yes, that is me. I was probably a freshman or sophomore. That is a young Peter Kane. That is I. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Oh, hang on, Mang. I aim to please. That was me. A teen idol, yeah, I sure was, wasn't I? Yeah, it's like Bobby McFerrin or no, whoever. Be right back. You know, man. I'm coming too. Come on, little man. This didn't post the link. This isn't posting the link to join in the channel. I mean, everybody should join this channel. There's so much information that's going to be coming out. Yeah, Donny Osmond. Yeah, that's right. Seriously, there's so much information that's going to be coming out. You should really join the channel. And you get discounts and, you know, you'll learn stuff like, well, that's not a good picture, but it is Jesus riding a dinosaur. I do have some, well, it's strictly conjecture, but I'm pretty sure that Jesus did ride a dinosaur or two. You know, he did. He must have. He had to have. God, this is another treasure trove of stuff. I got a lot of stuff on here. There's Teddy and her dog. I don't know what Teddy's doing. Sure, she's fine. Young people don't. Did you get COVID? Well, we don't know. We just don't know. Here I am. This is a. That's correct. That's correct. That is correct. If you're a member, you get the steep discount. Now this is a photograph of a Sasquatch I tried turning into a butler. It did not go well. I threatened him a lot. He was kind of a jerk. Like, I fed him hot dogs, gave him all kinds of stuff. I was nice to this guy, This is not a guy, this animal. I was cool to him, and he just didn't want to become a butler. How did I get him to wear clothing? I pointed the shotgun, and I was pretty clear. I said, Put on the outfit, Sasquatch, or else. And also, I had this cattle prod. And, I'd be like, put it on. Okay, good boy. He was learning. But there's only so much you can train a Sasquatch to do. Here's another picture of a Sasquatch that I found this Sasquatch back by the barn, right here, and he was stealing my hat. I caught him stealing my hat. Look at how big he is. He's like 9 feet tall. And like, put the hat down, Sasquatch, you're in big trouble. Get against the wall. Now this one, I tried, getting him into the barn. By the way, do you see the schwanzers? The thing's hung like a donkey. But he wasn't going to be tamed. This one, he didn't really escape. I let him go. I felt obligated to let him go. I've had some Sasquatch encounters. I do have real, I have the only physical proof of Sasquatch known in existence. Now here's one. This is a bummer. This is one night. I went out there and it was a Sasquatch, and it was a small one, but it was a Sasquatch, and it was like. I'll show you. It's a bummer. This is a Sasquatch. And see, I'm just trying to get the hell out of there. And notice what he has in his hand? He's got a plunger. He's got a plunger in his hand. He's trying, you know what he's trying to do. It's very difficult getting away that night, but I did get away. I escaped. Yeah, it was fucking huge. Yes. Exactly. Now, I'm going to be straight up with you here. I don't know why the Sasquatch have this thing about me. Maybe it's the clothing I wear? Yeah, he had a buffalo chubby. Exactly. I don't know, and I don't know if it was... But he had that plunger. I was worried about the plunger. Like, I don't want that. Oh, hang on here. Here's a picture of me. And I was probably first 5 or 6. Do you want to see it? Hang on. Now you all pick it out. You tell me where I am. Which one is me? Can you see which one is me? Who would that be? Who would that be? Which one? Who can pick me out? Bottom second from left. Bingo. Riggy won. Beside the teacher. That's funny. That would be my grandmother Alice. The one in the dress. No, that's not me. I didn't wear dresses. Yeah, Riggy was right on that. Good job, Riggy. By the teacher. That's an interesting description of Alice. She did sort of look like that. Definitely. Oh, here's another treasure trove of pictures. Pictures, art-related pictures. There's Remy when she's tiny. There's Cleo. This is boring. I can't find any more. I need to go through this though. See if there's anything in here that's important. Oh, here's Sherry again. It's not a very good picture of Sherry. Kissing Billy. There's Sherry. And that's Billy the Hedgehog. Billy the Hedge. Billy's cool. She's making out with Bill. Oh, you want to see another one? Oh, here. We'll show you another one of Sherry with Billy. Hang on. Billy is adorable. He's pathetic looking. Hang on. There's Sherry and Bill. Look at Bill. That puppy was ridiculous looking. Look at him. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous looking dog. Oh, Piggy King. Hello. Who else we got? Oh, there's another one. There's a lot of Sherry. Oh, here's Sherry and Remy. Isn't this a treat? Hang on. Young Remy. There's Sherry trying to get Remy to go on her hand. And I don't think Remy's having any of that. I don't think so. Look at Rem. She's like, no, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think so. What else we got? There's a lot of art-related stuff in here. It's all bullshit. It's all just, there's Sam the Raven. It's a great picture of Sam the Raven. I should really go through all this and see what's in here. There's quite a bit. There's Cleophas wearing a cowboy hat. I didn't make it, man. How long did it take you to make it? Please. You wish. You really can't handle the truth. You can't. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help. Definitely here to help you. So one day you can handle the truth. You know, you have most people, you should join the channel. It'd be wise. Okay? It'd be wise. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Just to help you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a link for you to join the channel. Because you, the one that's disbelieving, it would be in your best interest. It would be in your best interest because you're disbelieving and you're never gonna get to the breeding colony or off this planet. They're not gonna let you on board the ship unless I okay it. All right. So we're gonna post this, and we're gonna post this just for you, just to make you feel all special. Right now, you're not very special. You're an infidel. It's exactly what you are. You're an infidel. So, we're going to post it here. I am a minister, by the way. Here we go. Click on that link, and you could join the channel. You'd be smart to do it. You're making a big mistake by not doing it, I'll tell you that. A huge mistake. Only a fool wouldn't join the channel. Yeah, see? Rachel knows. She joined long time ago. I already did, and I'm happy. You did not join because, you know why? Because I can tell everybody that joined has like this icon. You don't have it. You did not join. You're a liar. As soon as I joined the channel, I had a wet dream that night. See? See what good things can happen? Join the channel. You'll be happy you did. Abdul's happy he did. My nose itches again. Indoor allergies in the wintertime. I don't get outside enough. I'm just inside, pigeon dander. I did. No, you didn't, because we would know. We would know. It would say, you did not join, Kenneth. You did not join. Kenneth, you're not telling the truth. You're a non-truth teller. 3 days I made the decision to join the... Tame Lauren joined the channel because she's smart. Lots of people from the UK are smart. Peter, if we could have a huge Bigfoot party at your house after we get the Bigfoot vaccine. Well, no, not unless you join the channel. Only, this is the truth. When the party does happen, and I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's only going to be people that join the channel. And we're going to have some kind of vetting process. We're going to know if you join the channel. You're going to have to contact me with your actual name. That's how it's going to work. Yeah, you want a shot at Bigfoot? If you want to be part of the hybrid Bigfoot thing, then subscribing isn't the same as joining the channel. I'm glad you subscribed, but that's not gonna get you to the party. That's not joining the channel. Anybody can subscribe. It's not very exclusive. When you join the channel, you're joining a very like an exclusive country club of very smart people. I don't know, maybe you're not that smart. But we are subscribed to the channel. Well, it doesn't really say that either. I guess I'll take your word for it that it doesn't show up that you subscribed on the live stream, but it really doesn't. But it does if you post it under a video. Any good party. Yeah, not everybody's coming to the party. And just because you subscribe doesn't mean that you're coming to the... Oh, okay, whatever. By the way, that was one of my mother's catchphrases. Whatever. She said it one day. I swear to God, and I was like, what? She said, whatever. And I said, what did you just say? And she said, oh, it's just one of my catchphrases. Oh, I see. So you have some catchphrases like you're in a sitcom. It was unbelievable that it came out of her mouth. I was just like, really? Whatever? Okay, Sue. Okay, whatever. Sue. What is this YouTube symbol? It's meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. It's meaningless, Will. What does that mean? Hey, Peter, what's your favorite dog breed? I don't have one. I just like dogs. It doesn't matter. What's your absolute... I don't have a favorite thing that I've made. The thing that I'm presently working on, I make a lot of stuff, so there's not... Do you know how much stuff I've made? There isn't like one... It's not possible to have like one thing that I've made. I guess it would probably be one of my installations. I don't know. How many states have you been in, and which is your favorite? Um, I don't know how many states I've been in. I mean, I've driven through a lot of them, but how many states have I? See, I'm not a person that like. I, I'm as happy as I would be anywhere, so I'm never gonna be like, oh, my life will be better if I move to Florida. It'd be great to be able to afford like a place in a warmer climate, though. I admit it. Like that would be awesome. Like some place that I could go back and forth. So my answer to that would be my favorite state would be a warmer one. But I still like it here. So that's a perfect world. In a perfect world, I also own a houseboat. Not a fancy one. I'm talking about like spending five grand. No, not the Philippines. No, in this country. No, not the Philippines. No way. Although I do like adobo chicken and adobo pork. Yeah, I did spend time in California. I was stationed in California in Point Loma Sub Base. I was on the Sperry, which was a subtender. I like the weather, but I was in the military, so it was a bummer. I was so sick of that. I did 3 years in the military. I hated it. Sucked. It was appropriate for me to do because I was going no place fast. So it gave me 3 years to like think about like what was I gonna do, and the conclusion was I'm going to art school. Tonka's cool. He's an idiot. Um, and that was the conclusion. I told some people in the Navy that yeah, they wanted me to sign up, like stay in longer, but I'd already had a hurt leg and shit, and they're trying to talk me into staying, which was absurd. Oh, we could give you shore duty. No thanks. Why would I want to do that? I want to go to art school. And they said, you want to go to what? Art school? That's what they said. They like laughing. That's the stupidest thing. No, I don't know Joe Mama, kid. Um, that's their attitude was like, you wanna be an artist? You're joking, really? Hey, Kane says he wants to be an artist. Like that. Yeah, I do. I think I can do it. It's fucking retarded. Oh, shouldn't say that word. But it was. It was really stupid. It was like, you can be anything you want. What's the matter? What's the matter with aspirations of going into art? Like they were like belittling, like there's art everywhere, right? There's everywhere you look. That's the one thing about like it's part of the human condition, is that even a human being that doesn't have aesthetics, there's the aesthetics are in like, everything that has to do with humanity. Like we build things a certain way so that they look a certain way. So even a person doesn't really have an eye, it's still built in. It's built in from the time that we were drawing on cave walls. So it's just absurd hearing like some troglodyte in the Navy, like laughing, like, art? Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Because it's everywhere. Like you look at cars, there's an aesthetic. You look at houses, there's aesthetic. Buildings, everything. There's like that's so wrapped up into being human, like the way things look. So much that like people that aren't really thinking people, you don't have to be super smart to be a thinking person. You just have to think. Like, like an intellectual is somebody that thinks, not somebody that is super intelligent. And somebody that has like, critical thought. People in the military, there were so many people that didn't. Like they just couldn't get past their sort of redneck attitude or something. Like they couldn't realize that their cowboy hat and the outfit that they wore involved having an aesthetic. The clothes, the t-shirt that they picked out to go out drinking involved them picking out something that they wanted to wear that has an aesthetic. But like me saying, "Oh, I'm going to art school," that seemed absurd. It's not like the military is sort of the uh, in peacetime, or it's a lot of the dregs of society, and I was one of them. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I went into the military. Like, it was getting cold. It was getting cold in St. Louis. I'm like, I better join the military because I don't have a place to live. So I joined, and it is. It's just a fact. It's a lot of young people. Tan. My favorite color is tan. Um, mauve too. I love mauve. Um, there's a lot of young kids that don't really know what they want to do. Um, yeah, Tonka, he's in the other room. He's a dick. I was bitching him out earlier. Um, but that's what the military is. It's a perfect place for the young person. That was me. I joined when I was 17. I was out of control pretty much. I was just drinking and doing whatever. Seemed like a, perfect solution. To get a roof over my head, I didn't have to think about anything, and I had an instant job, and I made a little bit of money. So, it's a good place if you don't know what you want to do. I wouldn't want to go in and be like a foot soldier or anything. I didn't want to shoot anybody or anything. Not that, being in the Navy, you're still involved in that. It doesn't matter. I was an HT. I was a fireman, a pipe fitter, sheet metal worker, uh, could weld. Uh, it doesn't matter what you do. You're still involved with, you know, killing. So, but that hand to hand walking through people's houses and stuff that these guys need to do, man, that's some gutsy shit, and I'm glad that there's dudes that want to do that. You know, it's that's tough ass work. It's stressful work, I'm sure. People don't realize how much the military is needed. It's needed. We have to have the military. Maybe our military is spent it wasn't used appropriately lately. It was just sort of like some political thing. But it's important. NATO's important too. Don't listen to any idiot that's going to tell, I don't want to talk about it, but NATO is important. Anyway, you know where I'm going with that, so what's the point? The military's needed. We spend a little bit too much on military. What do we spend? 450 billion? I believe so, 450 billion every year. Let's see. I think 450 billion. Seems outrageous. Let's check. Spends on military. I'm saying 450 billion. No, more than that. $850 billion. $934 billion. Is that what it is this coming year? Yes, so almost $1 trillion. Yet we have people that don't have health care. Maybe we better cut that in half. Let's see what Russia spends. I bet it's like about half. Oh, 65.1 billion. Well, that was a while ago, but that's not very much compared to what we spend. We're spending almost $1 trillion. Something's wrong. I remember I was talking to Jinian, and it was like when the pandemic started, some people definitely are not getting any checks. Um, some people are. I was just like, the government needs to start doling out some money or something. Yeah, well, where are they going to get it from? Well, they seem to bail out car companies, all these big companies. Why don't they try bailing out the little guy for once? It's been difficult. My business was totally impacted. It's been difficult, you know. I mean, I feel lucky. I do. I feel lucky. Some people just totally lost, houses and lost work, and I'm lucky. I do. I feel lucky. Um, I'm not complaining, but it seems like we're spending a little bit too much on military. Um, Maybe we could spend a little bit less or stop increasing it, maybe. How much are we going to spend? It's important, yes. It is, it's important. But, you have Russia, 65. And what's your advice on long-term survival of the planet? Personals, I joined this channel, of course. I'm Abdul, I'm not kidding. Like, you've seen the videos that the U.S. Navy put out of the craft, the UFOs. You've seen those, right? That's the U.S. Navy putting it out. There have been other military Mexico put out some, Chile military, but it's U.S. Navy. And they documented this on several occasions. Put long-term survival, you join the channel, of course. Let me post a link. So if anybody out there's, I know you, Abdul, you're in there, man. I'll get you in the breeding colony, dude. Wherever you want to go. Abdul, I'm connected. You're in. You could honestly, like, if for some reason communications are shut off, all you're gonna need to do is take that art you bought from me and show it to them, and they'll be, oh, okay, you're good, you can get on board. They'll know, man. They'll know. They know about what's going on. Like, we're like, the freaks in the interior of the sun. Seriously, we're like avatars for them, so they can kind of watch with us, but they're not really getting involved in our day-to-day shit. They're not really like controlling us like puppets. We do have free will down here. Does that make sense? But they are sort of like watching through our eyes and stuff. I don't really know how it works. I don't understand why I could only be in the interior of the sun for 45 or 50 minutes. That's what they said. I don't understand. I don't know. Clearly don't understand everything that's going on up there, but I do understand that it was scary, and I understand that they never really hurt me except for like walking me on this sea urchin looking thing. I hurt my foot, and they said, you have to be careful up here. You could get hurt. And I did make it quite clear that I can't be up there for any longer than 45 or 50 minutes. I remember one time I was up there, and they were taking me back, and I ran. I was terrified. It was maybe the second time. I remember hiding in this area, and then all of a sudden one pops up behind me, and there's no place for you to go, and you need to get back. We're not trying to hurt you. We need to get you back. You need to come with us. And, we continued walking to the portal, and then that's when you jump off into the abyss, and then you just sort of fly through space-time, and I wake up in my bed. The last time that I can remember that they came and got me, I was in that room upstairs. um, that's the time that they took me to the underwater planet and told me that I would meet somebody on Earth, and they gave me a date of birth that I was supposed to remember, and they gave me this date. They said several times I've been up there. They said we're going to allow you to remember this. They, in particular, they did say on several occasions, like, we're going to allow you to remember this so that you can create art about it. And I've done that several times. Yeah, I'll show you some. They're on Instagram. They're on Facebook. I could find them on Facebook real easy. Would you like to see some of them, of the interior of the sun? I don't care. I'm going to show you anyway. How about that? Don't get flipped out. For years, I sort of wanted to be able to, Katya's standing right there. I wanted to be able to portray the dream, I'm calling them dreams, but I didn't have the technical ability to do it. And then I woke up, I had like this epiphany, and I'd figured out how to do Photoshop. And I was like, oh, I can do the, the interior of the sun now. And then whenever I do those, I can find the imagery like real quick. Like I just go there, oh, that's it. It's real strange. It's really strange. Put her photos. Okay, here's one. Okay, here's one where I'm in the water planet. Okay. So I'm in the water planet, right? First, it starts out like up here, like that is like the portal. So we jump into the abyss, which is, like, I don't know, solar system, or I don't know, universe. And then all of a sudden, we're going into this water-filled planet. And I'm down there and I'm like, what the hell is this? And that is the one that twirled me around in the water and like used me to get my sperm. I for lack of a better term, I don't know what else to use. Oh, there goes Katya. She didn't like that story. I don't think she enjoys that story at all. Well, I don't, hang on. I'll find another one. I will. I'll find another one. Hang on. That might be under. I think that one must upset her. She's jealous. I think so. A little bit. Okay, here's one. Here's one, and this is very much what the interior of the sun looks like. They're walking me to the grotto. So they're walking me to the grotto, and that was what I was wearing when I went to bed. Was just pants, no shoes. So to walk to the grotto from, like, see this? That's the entry point and the point where you come and go. So, and then you walk into this area, and that's how it looks. Like it's not really the sky because it's the interior of the sun, right? Now I said to him, like, what is this? Is this hell? Because that's what I thought it was. I was like, am I in hell? And they said, no, you're in the interior of the sun. And I didn't say anything. So, like this, like there's like, at points there'd be like a hole, like a cave hole or something, and the smell I really can't remember. I do not remember. um, there'd be like a hole, and like that's like a solar system or something. Like, and I always thought like maybe I can run away and jump through one of those holes or something. But this is sort of the area that the one time I sort of ran, and I was hiding behind like a rock, and then they just pop up behind me. Was it bright? It was a lot like this, meaning it had a real reddish look to it, like that. And this where would be the sky, sort of, which would be I don't know, the wall of the sun, is shimmering. It's like this shimmering red sky. That sounds wonderful. Well, I was terrified. No, I didn't take Ambien. I was terrified, but each time I've gone, they've sort of reassured me that their intention is not to harm me. But it's pretty freaky. I remember the first time I was like, what the fuck? That's when they told me that I get to be a zookeeper. I'm like, I got the impression that they were saying, like, I get to come there and I get to take care of all the animals that are in there's like the grotto area, like there's like holes in the like wall of the, I don't know, and it's like portals into like another planet or something, and then there's animals in there. And I got the impression that they were saying that I get to come there and make sure that all the animals are okay. That's what I took it as. Sometimes I think, well, maybe they meant that I get to be reborn again and I get to be a zookeeper. I don't know. I don't know. Here's one. Hang on. Later, Tox. Here's one. Now this is the first one, and this is the portal. And you see, my foot is bleeding. I had stepped on. It's like they walked me on this like sea urchin looking thing to explain that I could get hurt in this place. They said, you have to be careful, you could get hurt. And I said, my foot really hurts, can you do something about it? And they said, your foot will stop hurting when you leave. So I was just limping on it the whole time. And then when I'm leaving, they walked me up to this, and they said, okay, like, just jump in. And I'm like, I'm not jumping in there because, I'm looking out into, like, this abyss. And so they levitated me up like that and moved me into the abyss that way. But I asked them about this thing, like here, and I said, who built this? Because it looks like it was built by humans, right? And they said the ancient ones. And when they said the ancient ones, I thought that they meant, I assumed that for some reason that they were talking about humans. That's what I thought. Like maybe the Greys are related to us biologically in some way. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm really not sure. I don't know. I was a guest. I was so freaked out, I could only ask so many questions. I was terrified. There were times that I was terrified. I remember one time I was talking to the guy that's in charge. Like, they brought me into the grotto. Let me see if I can get a picture of the grotto. See another picture of the grotto again. I have a more recent picture of the grotto, but I don't see it. Oh yeah, here it is. Hang on. So here I am in the grotto. This is probably like the second time I'm sort of dressed, meaning I have pants on. And this is the time that they introduced me to Well, I'm this one's avatar, and when I see it, I can see that it is sort of like me in a weird way. There's some likeness, even though it's so different than me. I can see it, and this one here, that's the small one that like took me to the water planet, spun me around, and had its way with me, and also gave me a date of somebody's birthday, and they have an avatar here on Earth, and I was told that I'll meet that avatar, and here's the date, and they said you can remember this. She said, and I took it as she was a female. Um, this is the one that's me as one of them, and I'm its avatar. And this is the more important one. This is the guy that they took me to see, the guy that seems like he's in charge. That I said, how old are you? And he said 450. And he's sort of hideous looking. And I said, I was saying to him, I remember not in my head, I was thinking, oh my God, he's scary. And you know, I'm like, you know, he could hear what I was thinking. But I mean, like, you know, it'd be like if you worked for the conservation department and you were working with a wild deer, and you were holding him down, you would understand that the deer would be terrified. So he did, you know, it was repeated again. We're not going to hurt you. We have no intention of hurting you. But when I came here this time, there were more of them than this. There might have been 20 of them, like standing, you know, like looking at me, like off to the side and stuff. And I said, why are all of them here? And they said they are here to see you. They want to see you. Like it was a novelty item to see me. I remember just sort of being terrified, and when I was told, like, this is, you know, they explained that this is sort of you, or they brought me over and, like, said here, and when I looked at him, I knew instantly that was, like, me. And I'm like, is that me? And they said, well, something like, not exactly. You know, like, I don't know. I also got the impression that the scary dude might have been like, my dad or my grandfather's original. That's what I think. I don't know. Oh, I wrote something. As part of the third dream, they explain we are biological avatars. I meet my other self and owner of an avatar I will meet on Earth with a birthday in June. They tell me they want me to remember the date. The owner of the future friend avatar takes me to a water-type planet. It underwater spins me around fast in an air-filled bubble that bonds with me. After it stops, my avatar shows up, and I say, where did she go? And the reply was, we can do that. We can move from place to place. But honestly, when I'm spun around, there was an orgasm. I don't know. See if there's any other ones that might interest you. I don't know. Who cares? It's no big deal. It's no big deal. They just come and take me to the interior of the sun. When I've been up there and I've thought about it, and when I made the work, and I'm still producing the work. I just took a little bit of break. Um, I've thought about like if it was 1359 and somebody and this happened to me, what would be my experience without having like the knowledge that I have of the universe? And I've thought that it would be related to Christianity, you know, or whatever other religion had influenced me at the time. So, seeing the place, I see why some artists, like, if this had happened to them in their time, they may have depicted hell in this way. Um, like, the dude that's scary, I could see him, like, although he said, we're not going to hurt you, I could, I was terrified. I could see that, it was 1359 or whenever, 1700, whatever, depicting him as the devil or them as the devil, but nobody ever really hurt me. And the process of extracting the DNA from me, it wasn't painful. And no, you hear solar, but I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. It was a dream. It was just a dream that has happened more than once. And it's real. It's the most visual dreams I've ever had. And it's the only dreams that I can remember. Like, not just days later. We're talking about years later. So every time I've had these dreams, like, they're the only dreams that I remember for my whole life. So, but I still call them dreams, of course, because if I said that I was actually being taken to the interior of the sun, people would go, you're crazy, So, my rational mind says that it's a dream. It's just a very vivid dream. Real vivid. Real vivid. But, the one thing that sort of changed a little bit my thoughts about the dream, that maybe it was something else, would be what I saw in the backyard. I'd seen a few other things. I saw something goose hunting. I saw like a silver like orb real high up. It would have been it had to be gigantic. I saw that goose hunting and I chalked it up to being tired. I was like, I'm real tired. Am I seeing a UFO? Or I'm just really tired. I looked. I kept looking at it till I couldn't look at it anymore, and then I had to like come, and then I couldn't find it again. But the one thing that I saw that was in the backyard was an orb that was probably traveling 10 miles an hour. The kid next door saw it. I heard a car door slam, and I say, do you see this? And my neighbor goes, you mean the red thing? I go, yeah, I see it. If he wouldn't have seen it, I would have. Even though that he saw it, it was so weird. It just sticks with you. It's like, what did I see? And when I was watching it, I'm going, am I seeing something from another planet? What is this? But it was like this giant sphere, and then there was like, it was red, but, there were other, like, whitish lights that, like, went up and all around it, like, boom, 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 like, but it was mostly red, and it was real windy that night, like 25-mile-an-hour wind, and it was going 10 miles an hour with no prop wash and no sound. That just sort of like, you see something like that, it makes you like see everything in a different light. Like the Navy pilots that saw that. Like the people that saw those things traveling at those speeds that like It was obviously, it was not from this planet. It affects you. It affects you. You're like, I was so flipped out. I went back. I think I left for Brooklyn the next day. I stayed down to Brooklyn for about a month and a half or a month or something. I came back up here, and I remember I was like freaked out. I was freaked out coming back up here because this is where I saw it. So it was weird coming back here. And I remember, I swear to God, I went up and I slept in the room upstairs, and I kept worried that like they were gonna come and take me. Like I had this vision of them, sort of like maybe walking up the steps. I left the light on and coming in that room, which is absurd because they could just take you from your bed and transport you to the interior of the sun. They don't need to walk into your house and flip you out. They just come and get you and move you that way. So I don't know. It was like an irrational fear of it. Like it was trauma, and there was like this sort of like revelation, like this religious experience. Like after I saw that, I was like, well, there's clearly something greater than us. I've never been the person that believed that any of these religions here on earth made sense. It seems more like they're based around trying to explain, like make us feel good about our mortality, you know, like trying to explain like, oh, there's the afterlife or something like that. So it never made any sense to me. It never made any sense that all of them say, well, we're right and this one's wrong. So I always have been under the conclusion that they're all wrong. You know, like they're all wrong. You know, they have to be all wrong, and they're all so, you know, there's been so many wars, and you know, so I always thought that they were wrong. But I saw that, and it was sort of like a religious experience. It sort of changed my attitude towards what happens. I don't know. I still don't know what happens. A friend of mine said recently, Jilly Mag, I was talking to her and talking on the phone. She said something like, now I understand why you have this fear of death, because you're afraid that like death might be more intense than life. And it's true. Like if the interior of the sun's intense, it's intense up there. It's just so different. When I was up there, I remember there were some trees and stuff, but there were trees that like, they weren't like, it was like a tree, but then the leaves had all fallen off. And I said, is that an earth tree? And they said, yes, it's here to make you feel more comfortable. And I was thinking like, that's not gonna make me feel more comfortable. You told me I'm in the interior of the sun. You guys are non-humans. And I asked you if this place was hell. They answered, no, it's not hell, it's the interior of the sun. I'm not on Earth anymore, and nothing would make me feel more comfortable. Some of the time, when they were showing me, like, the caves in the walls, like, there would be, like, caves, and there would be, like, an animal coming out that looked like an Earth-type animal, like this moray eel-looking thing. And I said, is that an earth animal? And they said, some of them are, but don't touch anything, you can get hurt. They really made that very clear, that you could get hurt up there. I don't know. You got me. I don't think I've been up there lately. And if I have, they haven't let me remember. I don't think so. Seems like about every 8 years or something, they take me up there. It seems like something like that. 6 or 8 years. I'm in the interior of the sun, and they're giving me more information. It's just a dream. Just a vivid dream. That's all it is. But the Sasquatch that you see in the thumbnail, that foot, that's from September 23rd, 1953. Do you have sleep paralysis ever? Yes. Yes, I do. Sure. Yep. Good point. Good point, Abdul. Anyway. Well, enough of that. One thing that I was going to do tonight that I did not do was cooking with Kane, and I was going to make quiche. I've sort of perfected my quiche, and the last quiche that I made turned out like shit because I tried using frozen vegetables. No good. You put them in that thing, man, just too much water. It's just really screwed it up. But I was going to make quiche, and I didn't, so I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'll probably make a quiche. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, but when I wake up from those dreams, when I'm in the interior of the sun, I always remember saying to myself, "Oh my God, what the fuck was that?" Like that. What in the fuck was that? Visually, the interior of the sun is striking. Like, the look of it. That's like, for years I wanted to be able to like paint it or something. I didn't have the technical ability to do it. And then I had this dream, and I woke up having this epiphany on how to do Photoshop. Like I was laying there. I was laying there, and it's like all of a sudden my eyes opened up, and I'm like, oh my God, I can do Photoshop. I came downstairs, and I did a few things, and I had to figure out what they were. If I looked at them, I could figure out what they were, but it was like it dawned on me how to do Photoshop, and it didn't have to do with the interior of the sun. But it was like abundant. I think I found it. I think I found the piece that I made. I do. I found the piece that I made. I came downstairs and made this. What I didn't know how to do was be able to bring in an image and cut and paste. I didn't know how to do it. I could go to like the program Paint in Windows, and I could like paint on things. That I could do. But I kept trying for years. I was just like, I don't get it. And I didn't have anybody to show me how to do it. And you might be like, well, yeah, are you in your 30s or 20s or something? Yeah, you get it, but it's only intuitive to people that were born young enough to have computers when they were young, so it's not really intuitive to me. And I couldn't find cut and paste and how to bring the shit in. But this one day I woke up and I was like, fuck, man. I bet that's it, right? Check this out. This is Honest God Truth. This is the first thing that I made using cut and paste, and then the rest of the shit was made from there. Yes, that's correct. That would be me and Melania. And what I did was I just cut my head off and put it on there. And you might say, well, that's a shitty job. Yeah, it was. It was terrible. But that's not the point. The point is that I had this epiphany of like, oh my God, I know how to cut and paste now. So from that, all of a sudden, it just started rolling. And I made a series of like a lot of Photoshop pieces from that. Lo and behold, the one that I made after that, this Honest God Truth, was this one. Which is a takeoff on the, famous painting by Grant Wood. I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something. The person that just said that I look like the Walmart Tony Stark. You're a fucking jerk off, and you are getting banned. I don't need to hear your fucking. Who are you, tool? Who are you? Who the fuck are you to go around saying you look like the Walmart anybody? Who are you? Let's see what you look like. You don't like the way I look? I'm sorry. Sorry I don't dye my hair, dick, or get fucking work done. What's the matter with you? I'm not a Hollywood actor, dick. We're probably about the same age. I don't get work done, dick. Oh, you want me to start dyeing my hair and fucking getting Botox for my eyes? What's the matter with you? Grow up. Grow up. Do you know how rude you sound? You don't care, do you? You don't care. It's all about you, isn't it? You probably look like a tool. You probably get picked on in school, don't you? That's the truth. Did your mommy and daddy make you mad? So now you're gonna act like the tough guy and say rude shit on the internet? That's it, isn't it? Oh, poor baby. So you go around just being rude. Just trolling. Oh, I'm just trolling. You're just trolling. Yeah, I'm not fat, thank you. Not. I might be in better shape than him, so shut your mouth. I'm sorry cosmetically, I'm not, you know? You think he dyes his hair, Dick? Do ya? No, well, he doesn't get his attention because he can't write on here anymore, and when he comes back in, I just ban him again. I just ban him again. You think I want to dye my hair? If I did, it'd be blonde, so I'd look real weird. Can you imagine me with blonde hair? Look like an idiot. Or jet black. Or maybe just jet black my eyebrows. Leave everything else the same. Probably. Look like the fucking Walmart anything. Jerk off. I'm sorry. I got a little out of control there. I have gray hairs popping. I will never dye my hair. How old are you, Abdul? Hey, here's like this might be the third one I made. This could be the third one that I made. Thank you. Oh, you're 31? Yeah, I started getting gray hair about 31, but I mean, it doesn't. I believe this is the second or third one that I made. That is Bigfoot, and he's jerking it. He's behind the bushes. Hey, you behind the bushes at the White House. I think women dye. Oh, yeah, sure. Women dyeing their hair is fine. Chicks, they can go get Botox. I don't care. I'm not doing it, though. If you're a dude, you want to do it. I don't care. What do I care? I'm not doing it. If I was in Hollywood, Scorsese calls me and says, I want you to do a movie. I want you to play a freak. You know, we're going to remake The Bad Lieutenant, and you're going to play it, but we need to dye your hair. Be like, yeah, let's do it. No problem. And we need to get you a little Botox. Fine, do it. Who cares? Vampira. right? She's actually very old and she dyes her hair. And that's Botox. This has all just been like, it's smoke and mirrors. She's not young. Well, she's a vampire, so she's real old, but she would actually like look older, but she gets vampire Botox. Dyes her hair. It's true.
Yeah.
Gray hairs from stress is real. Oh, that is probably why I have a lot of gray hair. I got some recently. You see how gray it got real quick? It's gonna be white probably by next month. 23 going on 1500 or 1800, something like that. We can't get a straight answer out of her. We have no idea. 1800, 2000, didn't you say something about Cleopatra?
Jesus.
Jesus. She knew Jesus. That sums it up. That's 2,500 years or some shit. It's a long time ago. She could give us an exact date if she wanted to, but we don't want Katya to show off. There you go. What time is it? Oh, it's 10:30, and I don't think we've had one person subscribe to the channel. What a bummer that is. So now I'm gonna try and, or maybe we did. Maybe we did have one. We'll take it. But I'm gonna post this one more time for sure. Here we are. Katya, how did you get the official paperwork? How do you get official paperwork every time? Oh.
I mean, passports and identification cards.
No.
That's not hard.
No witchcraft.
It's not hard at all.
It's not. It's not hard at all. Do you know why? Because vampires live for so long that they have all this stuff squirreled away. Like, she doesn't have to live here. She could live in a mansion. But what fun would that be? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing more exciting for a vampire than to live in a hovel. Right, baby? Well, she'll say it's not a hovel. She'll say it's not a shack, but it's not a mansion either. But she could. Her mom, her vampire mom, Moscow, Berlin, New York City, LA, Tokyo. Maserati, a butler, more than one butler.
Currency 2,000 years ago was really just basic trade. Like, you can have my sheep for your daughter.
Right.
Or
A daughter could cost you some sheep, and if it was a real hot daughter, lots of sheep and a cow, right?
And then, in Mesopotamia, they developed their debt systems when writing became a thing, so they could create on clay plates, like, you owe me a cow, or something like that. That was when writing became a thing.
What about the Romans? Didn't they have some kind of coin?
Yeah, that was...
Those little coin things.
Yeah.
And what about that? Weren't you involved in helping them build the aqueducts? Like, you told them about, like, how water could flow downhill, and then they could, right? Didn't you do something like that?
Even if I did, I wouldn't take credit for it.
Okay. She doesn't want to take credit for all of humanity's successes. You know why? Because many of them are from the Greys. They come down here and give us some information. It's the truth. I don't want to start talking about ancient aliens, or the fact that I bet Bucket's back there because Bucket can mesmerize Katya. Yes. Yes, he is. He is back there. Bucky. Katya is a humble vampire. That's right. Um, Katya, did you ever meet that person?
You Bodica? Bodica.
Who is that person?
I don't know.
She doesn't know, but she did know Oppenheimer and Einstein. Go figure. And isn't it true that you knew one of the Three Stooges? Weren't you friends with like Mo Howard?
It's possible, but
She
I'm
don't
not
have to
in the
brag.
mood to disclose a lot tonight.
What? Hang on. She told me, this is true. I'm going to just tell you flat out. She told me like 3 weeks ago that she knew Hunts Hall from the Bowery Boys. That, that guy, that he was a great... I'm sorry, Katya, I'm talking about this, but she said he was a great guy and that they would go out and drink wine together. And then she didn't say anything else about him. Maybe she drank his blood or something. I don't know. Hunts Hall. Let's see what this guy looks like. Hunts Hall, movie actor. Henry Richard Hunts Hall was American radio, stage, and movie performer who appeared in the popular Dead End Kids movie, including Angels with Dirty Faces and the late Bowery Boys movies during the 1930s and late 50s. He was a good guy, right?
Yeah, he's a great guy.
That's all she's saying, is he was a great guy. That's not a lot of info, but let's see. How long did he live? He was born August 1920, died January 30th, 1999. How old does that make him?
79.
That's it? You didn't drink his blood, right?
No.
No, you were just friends with him. So Katya was friends with many humans. She didn't have to I gotta drink their blood. Didn't you? She told me she knew Marilyn Monroe. Didn't you, baby? She's not saying anything, but that's what she told me. She told me that. Can't remember who else she told me that she knew. Abe Lincoln. She knew Abe, Honest Abe, and who else were you talking about? Benjamin Franklin. She knew Ben Franklin. And who was that one dude, that English dude that you told me that you know? Oh yeah, Charles Dickens. Right? Didn't you know Chuck Dickens?
Sure.
That didn't sound like she really did, but Churchill? I don't know. Did you know Churchill?
Sure.
She did. She knew Churchill. What, did you smoke cigars with him or what? She's not saying. What? Can you give us the name of anybody that is also a vampire?
No.
Oh, is that against the rules?
That's definitely against the rules, yeah.
Why? If you did that, would they come looking for you?
Yeah, I would be paranoid.
Be paranoid, huh? I once did pumps with Peter Dinklage. He lived down the street from me. Peter Dinklage lived down the street from me on Metropolitan Avenue. He was a very nice guy, and the last time that I saw him, I've told this story, he was at the Corner Bistro in Manhattan, wasted. He was wasted. He was up by the bar, and he was looking for something, and he's short, so he's looking like the bar stools are here, and then the bar's here, and he's like, dude, Peter, what are you doing, man? He's looking for something. I dropped something, and That's the last time I saw him, and then like within a few years, the guy blew up. He was a very nice guy. I'd see him walking. Hey, what's up, dude? Um, Very nice guy. I always see him like walking down the street. I said, what are you doing, man? He goes, I came from a reading. I see him like walking around with like like a, uh, like a, like bicycle messenger's bag. Always, he was always going to a reading, like every day. See, if you want to be an actor, you gotta work your ass off. He was fucking. I always saw him working, man. He wasn't just sitting around. He was like always coming from doing a reading. So, don't think that you're gonna be an actor and not just go out constantly, because it's probably a numbers game. The more you go out doing that, the more chance you have of being successful. And he clearly has been very successful. And as a small person, man, he's the most famous that there is. I had a friend who just died recently that was a small person, Stevie Lee, and his real name was Stevie Lee Richards, but I knew him from the Shakespeare Conservatory, and he was like in Jackass movies and stuff like that. Did some advertising. He got some fame and everything, but he's not like Peter Dinklage. Crossed he's like a leading guy in leading roles and stuff, where I can't remember any small person that like got to the level that that Peter Dinklage has gotten to. He's done some great movies. I like that. What was it though? The Conductor or something like that. Like that's a really good movie. Like an indie. He did a lot of indie movies to get where he is. Like now he commands millions. But I mean, like he was doing indie movies, and I guess he was in that one made-for-TV thing a lot. That helped him. But he's a hard-working dude. Seriously, hard-working dude. He might be a vampire. She wouldn't tell me if he was, but he might be. Bridget the Midget starred in a lot of films. Yeah, I know that. I can't even remember what she looked like. Let's look. Bridget the Midget. I know that name. Midget. Well, that's a cartoon. Yeah. I guess that's Bridget the Midget was in a, Oh, there you go, Bridget the Midget Band. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, her. Yeah, clearly talented, right? Whatever. I don't know. Peter Dinklage was a great actor. All right, so well, you didn't get any subscriptions. It doesn't look like, or nobody really joined, or maybe one person did. She was in a band that did a lot of porno too. That's a claim to fame, right? That's a great claim to fame. So, well, anyway, I guess I'll call it a night. You had a good week of subscriptions, though. Yes. Absolutely, Anna. We're at 70, I believe. We're at 70 right now, which has been an increase of like 30 or something in the last few weeks. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all numbers game. Sometimes you get people that want to join, and sometimes you don't. But wait, I want to say something too. I appreciate that, Abdul. I will put that out tomorrow, by the way. We're going up there. You got a June. I'm going to show that foot. I'm going to show the foot that you see in the thumbnail. I will show it to you all, but it's in video format. Because it's just better because, I can get up close to it and then you can see that it's real. No, thank you, Abdul. But so it'd be better than doing it live streaming. So, and we'll show the little one, which is, I don't know if it's infant or juvenile. It looks like, looking at the torso, it'd probably be about my size or something. Yeah, who doesn't like fishing? Of course. Of course I like fishing. I'll be doing fishing on this channel in the springtime. That's the truth. I'll live stream and do fishing. It's the truth. Anyway, thank you, everyone. Seriously, thank you. I'll see y'all later. I do appreciate it. Anna S. and whoever else is here. Jameson Shipley. Missy Sweet But Sour. Every Riggy. Abdul. Tamed Lauren. Are you in full lockdown where you are? Can we mix with other households? No, I'm not. Toxic, thank you. Pachinko, thank you. Seriously, appreciate it. Riggy, bye. Thanks, Riggy. Thanks, everyone. Dog Navigating Nick. Duncan Aussie. I'll see y'all. It's nice seeing y'all.